Hi, my name is Emmy. You're listening to Are You Okay? And from the Media Factory in the south end of Burlington, Vermont, this is 99.3 FM WBTV LP Burlington. We're streaming online at 993wbtv.org. I am joined in the booth today by some good pals. We have Kiley and Gabe, and they are here to talk about Kiley's EP that recently came out, how they made it. I'm super excited to have them both. First of all, can you hear yourselves?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. We've done something right. Second of all, do you guys want to both start and introduce yourselves?
Sure. I guess I'll start. I'm Kiley. Am I 23 now? I'm 23. And I went to UVM, so I recently graduated last year, and I am in the Burlington area making some music with Gabe and just hanging out. I'm originally from Long Island, New York, so a little New Yorker in Vermont, but that's kind of my spiel.
Amazing.
My little spiel. Gabe?
What up? I'm Gabe. Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, thanks
Excited
for having us.
to be here.
Cool.
I'll give the same details.
Please do.
I'm Gabe, 22. I just graduated college. From Vermont originally, and yeah, that's about it. Doing music with my friends in Burlington, and I also work at Taco Gordo.
You do?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm such a Taco Gordo fan.
Yeah.
A Taco Gordo
so good.
stan, I think.
It's
Wow.
so good.
So exciting. The late night?
Yeah, the
That
new
addition to my weekend,
good?
to my
Is it fun?
livelihood was truly unbelievable. Wait,
gosh.
you have to, well, we should go.
Yeah, we should
That
go.
would be
I
really
haven't
fun.
gone yet.
Okay, after, it's like Radio Bean, Taco Gordo.
Right.
1, 2.
That's the
Okay.
move.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do this
Amazing.
week.
Okay, thank you so much for being here both. I was saying a little bit off air, Kiley, I feel like you and I have been like chatting about doing something like this
Yes,
for a
for
while.
sure.
You and
Yeah.
I got to open up for Buff Chick.
I
What
know,
an
that was insane.
We haven't even really talked about
We
that.
haven't talked
How
about
did that happen? That was
I don't
insane.
know.
Actually, I wasn't even thinking about this, but I like know Buff Chick's manager. He's actually been a guest
Oh,
on the
right.
show.
That's
Shout out
sick.
Cedar,
Yeah.
friend of the show.
Awesome.
And he also has like since sent me over some other of the people that he manages, and everyone that he manages
wow.
is like amazing.
That's so
But
cool.
anyway, he was actually originally trying to get Buff Chick on the radio show and was like, oh, she's coming to Burlington, and like,
Yeah.
do you happen to know anyone at Radio Bean? And I was like, do I happen to know anyone?
course.
Sure, of course. And I like wasn't even thinking anything of it, and then I was like in the loop with them, and then they're like, yeah, like I guess we gotta find an opener. And like obviously I've played a Radio Bean before, and Ben was just like, wait, Emmy, would you like to open? And I was like, me? I guess. And then they needed to find a second one, and they had asked me to find one, I think
Yeah.
just from like, because I know people better.
Right.
In the music scene, I was talking to our mutual friend Sam,
Yes.
and she was like, she said, first of
I
all,
know.
she's only person she said Kiley, and
was
she
so
said
sweet. That's
she
the
said
nicest
Kiley
thing.
is so good and she will pull a crowd.
That's what she
She
told
was
me.
like she will pull a crowd. There will
Yep.
be people who pull up, like you're gonna want her there. And I went to go see you one other time
Oh,
because I hadn't
yeah.
seen you before.
That was my first time ever performing.
And it was at a Fresh Press, right?
Oh, wait.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Wait,
that
Fresh
was my
Press,
first time.
also friends of the radio show, also been
Yes.
interviewed on here.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing people.
Anyway, and I went to go see you then, and I was
Yeah.
like, dang, she rocks. This is
Thanks.
awesome. Yeah, and so that's how we connected originally, and then since I
Yeah.
feel like I've been trying to get you over here, and I'm really glad that it
Totally.
worked out.
Same.
Okay, so we are here to talk about your EP. So I want to hear from both of you guys how you sort of how it came to be. But do you want to? Well, let me back up.
Sure.
My show's called
Back
Are
up.
You Okay?
Yes.
All right. I play like nostalgic, sad girl music.
Oh,
a big
perfect.
like theme of the show is that I know for me, all of the music that I listen to and write, it's just like probably gonna be sad. Let's
Yeah.
be honest. It's probably
Me
gonna be
too.
yeah.
It's the way it goes.
And I think that's the way it goes for most people. And
Yeah.
I've always like been so curious as to why all of these songs that we're like loving are really sad.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's kind of like the theme of the show loosely. But I always ask my guests if they're okay and like how they're
Great
doing.
question.
Like what are we coming in with? Are you feeling
Yeah.
okay?
Yes.
Are you both okay?
Wow. Loaded question.
Really easy question to start.
Personally, I'm doing okay. I just came off of a weekend with family. It was my cousin's graduation, high school graduation, so a big celebration for her, and
Sweet.
it was really fun. I had some great time with family that I haven't seen in a while, so it was really good to see everybody and party with them. Just
so fun.
have a chill weekend with family. And then I just got back yesterday morning, actually, so just kind of getting back into the swing of work because I also work full time. So, but yeah, honestly, I worked remote half the day today, so been chilling.
Yeah.
And work has been great.
Love.
So, yeah, I'm doing great.
Gabe?
I'm
Gabe.
good. I'm good as well. I had a nice day.
Good.
I worked and I had lunch with my mom. Which was
Okay.
nice.
We love this.
We got poppies and
Yes.
went to the beach
That's
Okay,
so fun.
amazing.
and had some rehearsal, played drums with
Excellent.
friends, and yeah, overall,
Okay. I feel like you
Good
guys
day.
are like chill.
Yeah.
We're coming in with like not a, like you guys have like clean slates.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hope
I'm
so.
feeling
Maybe.
clean.
Feeling clean.
I think there's.
Excellent. Amazing.
What about you? Are you okay?
Yeah, are
Oh.
you okay?
God, you know, it's so
Let us
funny.
know.
It's like 1/5 of the people will ask me back, and I feel surprised and flustered every time. Am I doing okay? I think I'm doing okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm like trying to make it through. We're, we're chugging along.
Yeah.
Yeah. I work full time and I'm in grad school. So
Wow.
this like
Wait, I
last.
didn't know you're in grad school.
Yes. And then I try to do
Yeah.
this. Then I
The
also try to do
grind.
music, and it's such a grind.
Yeah.
And when I'm in grad school, it's such a bummer because I feel like I don't get the opportunities to really like pursue or like do justice to all of the things that I really love to do, which is
Right.
like music and the show.
Yeah.
And so in these like periods of downtime, it's lovely because I get to like have a guest on
Right.
every single week,
Right.
and you and I can just figure out whatever time works for us and like go and we can
Totally.
record at 9:00 on
Yeah,
Wednesday,
why
and it's
not?
like totally cool.
Yeah.
But there's also this like fleeting feeling of like, oh, I have 1 month to get my stuff together for my EP, or
Right,
like
yeah.
to do all of this stuff, and also to like work on all the projects I want to do at my house, and go home and like see my family
And like properly eat and sleep.
literally
Yeah.
get back to the gym, like all
Yeah,
of these things
same. I
where
think it's such a
yes
break on the gym.
yeah. Ugh. We should go.
Yeah, we should
YMCA. Anyway, but yeah, so I am good, and also it's like such a bummer that I'm feeling overwhelmed about not feeling overwhelmed. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, I
So
get that
I'm
feeling.
trying to take it as like, oh, you know what I can do when I get home from work today? Paint my nails, do nothing, go to the
Yeah.
go do my
Just
radio show, and like
chill.
it's something that I really like to do. So
Yeah.
so yeah, I think I'm overall good and trying to not panic about not being panicked.
Yeah. So valid.
Yeah. Thank you for asking, you guys. Okay, so let's talk about All That I Have.
Sure.
It came out end of May?
Yeah, May 24th.
May 24th, 5
Yeah.
songs.
5 songs.
This is like your first like collection
Yeah.
of music.
Yes.
You'd come out with some singles
Yeah.
beforehand.
Yeah.
I think maybe Kiley, let's hear from you about like what is this collection of songs, maybe like thematically or like story wise,
Sure,
like how did you write them? And then Gabe, maybe we can hear from you, like where do you sort of play into this? And there's some like a really particular
What do you do? Why are you here?
why are you here? No, there's a really like particular through line in terms of like the like musically how this EP sounds, and it's like a
Yeah.
really thick through line. I think it's
Yeah.
awesome. So I'd love to kind of hear a little bit about that
Yeah.
as well.
For sure. So I guess the first thing I'll start off saying is that the last song is called Roller Coaster, and I've been thinking about this a lot. We thought a lot about the like how we were going to arrange the order, but Roller Coaster's the last song, and I think that that's the one that kind of explains the whole EP, that just I'm in my 20s. Life is a roller coaster. Every
you
song kind of like has an up and down to it in the different realms of life, whether it's like relationship, crushes, whatever's going on that side, and also then just like the angst of being in your 20s and like feeling emotional and just like general life things of like, where's life going and what am I doing? How is this all working? Like, what is going on? So that's kind of just the vibe of the EP, which sounds great. But I think when it comes to like my songwriting, it comes from a place of like, I need to get this out of my brain like immediately. So it tends to be things that are a bit more heavy and maybe serious and sad girl, you know, vibes. But yeah, that's kind of the theme / vibe of the EP. And all of it kind of came together pretty fast. But some of the songs I had done like a year ago, and I did like one of the songs for my senior project.
Yeah.
So
was that Daydream?
Daydream was done last summer.
Okay,
that was a crazy ride. What If was done like a year ago last spring, or this past spring. No, wait. A year ago from this past spring. And I was still in school, and it was like one of the songs for my senior project. And I had to like put it together in the last week of when it was due because things just like didn't work, and I needed to make a new song and whatever. But we really liked the vibe of it, and I was like, we can do this better. So yeah, they're kind of all just like randomly placed in time, in the sense of like when I wrote them, and 2 of them were recent that we put together. So yeah, they kind of just like randomly, there was really no thought based on like why we wanted these. It was kind of just like, these were the ones that made sense to me.
Yeah, like that fit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
and
how
then
it
like
goes.
they just fit naturally. We really didn't like pick and choose like, oh, this one makes the most sense with this one, and like this one makes the most sense with this one. Like, we had like 3 songs initially that we were like, we definitely want those. And then I wrote Miscalculated and Roller Coaster this past winter-ish. So, and I was like, I need these on the EP. Like these are definitely going on the EP.
Yeah.
No matter what. Like, I don't care if it doesn't fit. Like, we'll ride around it then. So yeah, everything just kind of evolved naturally, but that was a really long explanation. I don't know if any of that made sense.
No, it all made sense. That's amazing. Thank you for explaining that.
Yeah.
Gabe, do you want to talk about how you're involved in the EP and maybe talk a little bit about the production?
Yeah. I'm involved because all the recording, basically what happens is Kiley writes these songs at home or wherever she is at the time, and then she plays them for me, and we try to envision them together like as full compositions. And we work in my bedroom on my laptop and add other instruments, and sometimes we invite other collaborate, like
Yes.
if for example,
Your roommates?
Yeah, my roommates. I can't play guitar very well. They can though. So,
they're amazing.
Yeah.
We use all of the Armano Dillo, your band's group.
Amazing. So that's your band.
Yeah, I play the drums.
Okay, amazing. I know that band.
Awesome.
Yeah, I see you guys around. That's
Great.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Did you guys have any like, were there influences sonically or like things that you were really going for? Like, were there any artists that you were like, oh, I love the sound and we like want to recreate this? I don't know if you work in that way.
Yeah, in some ways, I think it was more after they were like developed a bit. And it was kind of, I would say like halfway through the process more, where we were like, okay, what can we add to this? What elements can we add to like this particular song? And we would listen and like pull from songs. So it wasn't really from the very beginning, I would say. Normally it was like, okay, we already had the idea, the vibe, and then we kind of took elements of things or whatever we were influenced by. But we do have a playlist.
EP production.
Yes. I have so many of those.
Yeah, they happen.
Who's on it? Like,
definitely Lizzie McAlpine.
Okay, that's
an
what I was
influence.
going to say.
Yeah.
What you give me such Lizzie McAlpine, and the production. It like really
yeah.
reminds me
So that was definitely a big influence. I mean, Gracie Abrams, same thing. I think we have one of her songs.
Olivia Dean.
Olivia Dean
Yes.
for sure.
Oh my
I'm
God.
obsessed with Olivia Dean.
I love her.
Sabrina Carpenter, her last album was definitely an influence.
Yeah, amazing.
Who else? There were some artists that you put on there that I don't know the names of, but
On the spot, I cannot think.
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's totally.
But yeah,
fine.
I would say those are like my personal influences in
Yeah.
music that I'm listening to and also making. So
Yeah, 100%. It really like pops through. Yeah,
Cool.
That's definitely
That's good to
the aesthetic for sure.
Yeah.
Were there any like influential artists actually for either of you guys? I'd love to know. Like growing up, were you like, oh, this is it? Like what were some artists that like lit you up?
Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus.
Love. Is it definitely like pop for you, Kylie? 'Cause
It
you
leans
do
pop
have
for
like
sure,
a pop
yeah.
leaning. I mean, it's obviously
Definitely.
indie, but yeah.
Yeah. I honestly didn't really even listen to indie stuff until I got to college. I think I listened to like Big Thief last year for the first time. So like,
Are you okay?
no, like for real.
It's like my favorite band, but
I know.
God, everything is so sad. I love it during like
yeah,
so much.
but
yeah.
like so amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't even know, to be honest. I was very much like the pop Disney girl, like honestly, like the Camp Rock soundtrack for sure.
Yeah.
On repeat.
Absolutely.
So I don't really know. I guess it kind of like followed like Demi Lovato, the Jonas Brothers, like
Yeah.
all of the very stereotypical like pop people growing up. But I like loved the grind that they like. I wanted to be a pop star. Like
Yeah,
I wanted to be Miley Cyrus. Like that was it. And that's kind of the avenue that I leaned towards. And then slowly it developed when I got through like, I would say high school into college, but like it took a while.
yeah. And what were some of those first indie artists like when you got to college that you were like, oh my gosh?
Ooh, definitely. I mean, Lizzie McAlpine was definitely one of like the first, I would say, which, you know, she leans both ways. She's pop and indie for sure. But I don't know, honestly. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of like the first really like real indie group that I listened to, but I can't remember.
I'd also argue like indie. Well, first of all, genre. I read this like
Right,
article
yeah.
that was like Gen Z killed
Totally.
killed genre
Killed-
in general,
killed it,
which is
yeah.
like so interesting. But
Yeah.
it is true, like genre matters less, and I would argue that like indie as a genre it got more popular in like
Totally.
the teens.
Indie very much like merges with
pop
in
a lot
of
yeah
ways now.
totally
Yeah.
of course. And then Gabe, what about you? Like what were some of your influences? And you mentioned that you don't play much guitar, but you play drums and
Yeah.
you also produce, so those can be sort of, maybe they're the same and maybe they're different, but
They definitely influence each other.
yeah,
I would say.
100%. Yeah.
I feel like Tom Misch was my first
Yeah.
love, and it was like when I first heard him, I was like, whoa, this is like, music means more to me now.
Yeah.
And
Also, we have cameras
yeah.
in the booth, but for anyone listening
You're not
live,
watching,
you have a
yeah.
Thomas shirt on, which you won't be able to
What
see.
am I
Important to state you've got the
Yeah,
merch to
makes
show
sense
it.
now.
Okay, amazing.
yeah, and he definitely influenced. I mean, he started making beats as well before. I mean, his music's definitely evolved since, but that definitely inspired me to start producing, and I kind of went more of like an electronic route producing, and that's where Kylie and I first started. Like, I invited her to sing on. I asked her, please, to sing on sing on one of my like electronic beats.
Cool.
And then realized I also really like making other stuff, and since then I've been doing more pop and rock with my band and indie recording stuff. Yeah.
What has that been like for you? And like, do you listen to indie music a lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like I feel like a lot of the music I listen to, it's happier. Like, I really
Yeah.
like jungle.
Yes.
Yeah.
I really
Oh,
like
that album, you
Yeah,
guys.
so good.
which album?
The album that they came out
The
with
new
this
album?
year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, I really like
Incredible.
I saw them
Crazy.
in Montreal last fall.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
I
so
would
good.
love to see them live. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Got it. But happier stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff with...
And a lot of... I think more recently I've been leaning... So, like, a couple of years ago, it was, like, I feel like more production heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And now, because I'm learning more about not just production, but, like, the recording
Mm-hmm.
art side of it, I listen to more, like, interesting recordings, like for example the latest Adrian Lanker album.
Yes. I can't
really
even
like the way it's
Guys, I haven't listened yet.
No, I can't even explain to you. It's actually diabolical.
I
The
need
amount
to. Maybe
that
that's what I'll do tonight.
it has to, like, it's sickening how much I have listened to it all the way through, front to back.
my God.
I've learned every single song either on the piano or
Of
guitar. I cannot
course.
stop singing them. I can't stop playing them. I play
need to listen.
literally one of her songs on the show without a doubt every single week. People really keep, please switch this up. It's really,
That's funny.
it's diabolical. That album, I think it's one, I mean, I can't think of a better indie album that I've heard in some time. And I am like a through and through indie album listener, and I just think it's amazing. I'm like obsessed, and that production is amazing, and it's so simple, and but also what is that song that she put out? I'm literally gonna look it up right now, because she put out the song that had like this really cool drum beat to it, like it had like more more heavy production than any of her songs that I'd ever heard. And like Big Thief has done some things that are like heavy production, but I haven't heard like her solo stuff. I need to look it up.
Do it.
I should probably ask you a question so that I'm not just like,
Sure,
or we
let
can
me
just like
talk.
sit in silence or something
that'd
like
be
that.
cool.
Actually, what you can start to talk about, Kylie,
Yeah.
is I want to hear about, you had said that like Roller Coaster embodies the EP, and do you want to talk about like what that song is about and how you
Sure.
wrote it? Because I'd like to play that song if that works for you.
Of course.
And you can start there, and then I'll interrupt you with the name of that Adrian Lanker
Yes,
song.
as
Go.
you should. So Roller Coaster was a song that I wrote relatively recently. I believe it was sometime this year, in January, February, something like that. And I had just moved back to Burlington because I went home for a couple of months to Long Island, and I was a physical therapy assistant. Shout out to my crowd there, which is wild.
Shout out.
Wild. I'm not. I should not be a physical therapy assistant at all. But anyway, so I just moved back here. It was kind of like overwhelming, but really exciting. And Roller Coaster kind of embodies the vibe of like, people keep telling you that you should be doing these certain things, or, you know, you're going to find someone, like that's going to happen. Just let it be. A lot of just like opinions from people. And it's kind of like the first lyric is 1 step forward and 10 steps back, which kind of just like encapsulates the whole essence again of your 20s and just feeling like you're getting somewhere, but you actually have not, and you're all the way in the back, right where you started. So again, like all of the lyrics are like very personal. I wrote them extremely fast. Generally, the songs that I end up producing are songs that I've written in like 5 minutes, because it's something that again like needs to go somewhere, and it needs to be out of my brain. And I don't even realize it in the moment. Roller Coaster is actually a song. Oh my God, wait, maybe I'm mistaken. I think I wrote it last year, and then I found it in my voice memos.
Yes, I do this all the time.
But this has never happened to me before, where I had written it on voice memos and I didn't write it anywhere else. So it wasn't even in my notes. Like the lyrics weren't in my notes where they usually are. I've never written a song that, like, not at least like notes wise, like not. Yeah. So that was like really strange. And then I went back to listen through my voice memos because I was like, none of these are labeled. This is really bad. And I listened to that song and I was like, wait, this is really good. And currently it's labeled as, wait, this is really good. And I should have named the song that, but yeah. So I went back to it and I was like, wait, this is really good. I need to like play this. And I finished writing it. I had only written about half of it, which I've said this before, is a common theme for me. I write half of a song and then I go back to it like 2 weeks later. And then I finish it if I like it enough. And they're always, the songs that you'll hear are the fastest songs that I write. So yeah, that's kind of how Roller Coaster came to be.
I feel so much of that. Also, I have talked about it on here like too many times, but I have like hundreds of voice memos. I think
it's insane.
And I like just reached like, you know how it will name it the address that you are at.
Green Mountain Forest.
Okay,
I have a lot of those.
I just hit 100, like it's number 100 of my current address, which I've only lived at for like less than 2 years. So I was like, I have 100 unnamed voice memos from just the last year and a half. Like that's diabolical. Guys, I can't find the name of the song.
Really?
It's driving me crazy.
Oh my God.
I'm going to figure it out. I'll follow up.
Yes.
I'm going to follow up with
It's
all
on
of
the
you.
last album?
No, it's not on the last album. She released it as a single before.
Oh.
And it has like this like drum beat to it that I was like, whoa, Adrian Linker, this is so unlike you, but it's so we're going to figure it out.
Okay.
Okay, I would love to play the song,
Yeah,
Kiley, but I want to hear like EP has come out.
Yes.
I loved all the promotion that you did for it. The cover is beautiful. Everything is great.
Thank you.
I love that your friends are like blasting. I feel like you repost things on Instagram.
Yeah.
That makes me like I just think that's like so sweet.
Yes.
What is up next for you guys? And are you like playing shows? Like anything else that you want to plug? Where can people find you? Stuff like that.
I have a show at Radio Bean on June 25th.
So
which
exciting.
is cool. That's the only thing I have planned for the summer, honestly.
Amazing.
We'll see what else pops up, but that's the only thing that I'm really doing. I mean, I guess show-wise. And then what else? What's new? What's going on with us? I guess going forwards with music, we're kind of just seeing where things go. I'm here for at least the next year. Gabe is still not sure where he'll be for the fall.
Ooh.
So
yeah, I'm trying to figure out life post-graduation and what I want to do and where I want to go. So.
Okay, but fun that you're going to be here for the summer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great for me because Emmy can actually still make music.
Yeah. Also, you can still make music from afar. It just takes a little extra.
We've done that before too.
Yeah.
While Gabe was in Spain.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. I think we released like our first couple singles while you were in Spain, actually.
Wow. That's amazing.
But they were already done. But anyway, yeah. So we're making music hopefully this weekend. Kind of getting back into things after a decent break from doing music. And yeah, new stuff coming, exciting things.
Amazing.
Hopefully we'll have some other releases.
Where can people find you?
I don't even, nowadays you can find me probably anywhere. I don't even know. I mean, music-wise, I'm on all streaming platforms. Kiley Latham is the name.
Spell your last name? Actually, spell your first name.
Yeah,
Kiley.
I was going to say, not like Kylie Jenner. It's Kiley. The last name is Latham. So that's where you can find me on most platforms. Social media, it's all Kiley Latham. So it should be easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gabe, where can people find you? Do you want to plug your band?
Sure.
Also?
Plug.
Plug.
Armanodillo on all streaming platforms. We have a couple songs that are pleasant to listen to.
They're amazing.
If you're into it.
Absolutely.
Instagram as well, Armanodillo. And then, yeah, that's pretty much all I have to plug right now.
Okay, amazing. So we are going to hear Kiley's song Roller Coaster, and this is off of her EP, All That I Have. So please go check it out. Thank you so much, you two, for being on Are You Okay?
Thank you for having us.
I super appreciate your time. We're going to play Roller Coaster. We're going to play a couple more songs, but I wanted to say thank you both for coming on. You guys rock. You've been listening to Are You Okay? My name is Emmy, and this is Roller Coaster by Kiley Latham.
One step forward and 10 steps back. I'm waiting for me to break the glass. I can't quite sort it out of the past, but eyes wide open, I'm running fast. People staring, they turn their heads away from all that I have and less. Fear of rejection, I can't explain. rest. Just keep on going and it will happen on its own time. You won't expect it, leave it for life. A funny complexion, it's a hell of a fight. You won't forget it, so strap in tight to the roller coaster ride. Don't you feel the changing tides? The moon that pulls you in and out of life. Daydream of a picture perfect night. Just keep on dreaming and it will happen.